Hello everyone. So this is the summary of the poem To His Coy Mistress by Andrew Marvell. The meaning of coy is shy. So this poem was published in 1681. This poem is a carpe diem, a Latin term translated as seize the day. So this is the text of the poem. So the poem starts with these lines. Had we but world enough and time, this coyness lady were no crime. We would sit down and think which way to walk and pass our long love's day. Thou by the Indian Ganges side shouldst rupees find, I by the tide of Humber would complain. So now poet says that, actually in this poem, the speaker is trying to convince his beloved to grant him sexual favor, and she is reluctant and not ready for this. So then he gives a lot of arguments in his support, and he says that if they had a lot of time in this world, then his beloved's shyness wouldn't have been a kind of issue to him. If they were not bound by time, then they would have sit together and decided how to spend the day. Okay, how to spend the day. And she would have walked by the side of river Ganges in India to find rubies, and the poet would have walked by the side of Humber River in England to write his poems. Okay, I would love you 10 years before the flood, and you should, if you please, refuse till the conversion of the Jews. And in further lines, the poet is saying that he would have loved her even before the time actually started, even before biblical flood, and she would have refused to accept his love till apocalypse. Okay, come to the next lines. And then he says, my vegetable love should grow vaster than empires and more slow, and 100 years should go to praise thine eyes and on thy forehead gaze. 200 to adore each breast, but 30,000 to the rest. So now the poet is saying that he would have grown his love slowly like vegetable plants, and his love would have been bigger than the large empires. And he further he says that he would have spent 100 years in praising her eyes and looking at her forehead, and 200 years to appreciate her two breasts. And he would have dedicated around 30,000 years to appreciate the rest of her body. Okay, an age at least to every part, and the last age should show your heart. Okay, and then in further lines he says that he should have spent around you know around 2 or 3 ages to praise about every part of her body, and in the last age she would have revealed her love for him. It wouldn't have been an issue to him if they were not bound by time. For lady, you deserve this state, nor would I love at a lower rate. But at my back I always hear time's winged chariot hurrying near, and yonder all before us lie deserts of post eternity. So now he means to say that he says that his beloved deserves this kind of praise and appreciation from him, this kind of love and dedication from him, and he is not ready to satisfy himself at a lesser point, okay, at a lesser state. And then he says that he's aware of time which is moving very fast, and for them their future is like a large desert. Okay, and in the further line he says, thy beauty shall be no more found, nor in thy marble vault shall sound my going song, then worms shall try that long preserved virginity. And now the poet is saying that the beauty of his beloved will be lost in future, and in her grave she won't be able to listen his songs of praise and appreciation for her. Okay, she won't be able to listen to his songs of praise because she will be dead at that time, and worms will eat her virginity, the virginity which she is trying very hard to protect during this life. Come to the next line. And your quaint honor turned to dust, and into ashes all my lust, the grave's fine and private place, but none I think do their embrace. Now poet is saying that her honor will turn to dust, and his desire to make love to her will also turn to ashes in the future. Okay, and then he says that the grave is a quiet and private place, but no one enjoys love making there. They won't be able to make love to each other in their grave. Okay, and then And in further lines, he says, now therefore, while the youthful hue sits on thy skin like morning dew, and while thy willing soul transpires at every pore with instant fires, now let us sport us while we may. So he means to say that now when his beloved is so young and fresh, like a morning dew, and her body is burning with energy and passion, so at this moment of time they should enjoy love making. Okay, and he advises her to take full advantage of time by making love to each other rather than allowing time to take advantage of them. And now, like amorous birds of prey, and now he compares themselves with amorous birds of prey, the birds which go out for hunting. Rather at once our time devour than languish in his slow chapped power. So now he advises her to make best advantage of time by making love to each other rather than allowing time to destroy them. Let us roll all our strength and all our sweetness up into one bowl and tear our pleasures with rough strife and through the iron gates of life. Thus, though we cannot make our son stand still, yet we will make him run. And now he is saying that actually he is asking her to collect all of their strength and sweetness and use it as a weapon against the iron gates of life. Okay. And now he says that they can't defeat time, but they can make best use of time by making love to each other. And here the poem ends.